Since 2010, TMI Project has collected nearly 2,000 stories that have one thing in common. They're the stories we're most afraid to tell, and the stories we need to hear the most.
You're 15. Sex will complicate this relationship. Besides, no 15-year-old boy is any good at sex. It's not worth it.
The gay, hippie, I don't shave my legs bit doesn't fit into my mother's world.
I can breathe now. 36 years, 28 needles to my belly, more tears than anyone should ever know. And I am pregnant. Hallelujah, I did it.
Join me for Season 3 of the TMI Project podcast, Stories for Choice.
I'm not a first-time mom. I'm a sinner. I committed the most heinous crime. I gave up my child for adoption.
When you grow up being surrounded by the church and find yourself pregnant out of wedlock, that's shameful enough. But being a pregnant teenager makes it even worse.
I look outside and notice the taxi waiting at the entrance of the hotel. The cab driver tells me to lie face down in the back seat of the car, not to get up.
We'll explore whose bodies are being controlled.
In order for me to refill your hormones, you will need to undress completely for me so I can study your body.
What happens when circumstance, access, and resources rob us of our choice, regardless of our rights?
I got pregnant when I was 15, had my daughter at 16, and 3 other children by the time I'm 24. It's a generational curse.
What happens when the choice is actually not ours to make?
I cannot have a child with her. I'm desperate not to have this thing that would bind me to a woman I suddenly realize I no longer love, but am too afraid to break free from.
This season on the TMI Project podcast, we'll explore these questions through radically true stories for choice. Join us and listen in as our storytellers abandon their secrets and speak truth to power to fight like hell for reproductive justice.
I deserve health, even if I have to fight for it. I am not just my BMI or my hormone regimen or an experimental treatment. I am a complex human with complex needs. It is impossible to define all of me in a single medical chart. And I dare a doctor to try and tell me otherwise.
Find us online at tmiproject.org and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Together, we have broken that generational curse.